In October, I had less than 2,000 followers on TikTok. By January, I had 7 million followers. And it all comes down to this.
Erika Kullberg,
an attorney and personal finance expert.
0 to 1 million TikTok followers in 1 week.
and is known for reading the fine print so we don't have to.
Erika Kullberg.
Erika Kullberg.
Erika Kullberg.
I was making, as a 26-year-old, $250,000 a year. What I found is that it was very unfulfilling. I decided to find problems that people are facing and create content to provide them with the solution. This wasn't rocket science. What is the solution that you're providing to them? What I realized is that I was missing one critical thing, and that is how I gained 10 million followers in 4 months. Quick quiz, what do you think these have in common? On the left, we have a Mr. Beast thumbnail. For the video, would you rather have a giant diamond or $100,000? And on the right, we have Nike's legal terms and conditions. Much more boring. Here's the answer. So I was somehow able to create a video based on Nike's terms and conditions that ended up getting 89 million views, the same amount as Mr. Beast, even though, as you can see, I'm far less talented, far less creative than Mr. Beast, but somehow this happened. So what I want to talk about today is how exactly this happened and how I made it a repeatable formula. And before we get into that, we have to talk about my backstory. So this was 2 years ago. It's the day that I quit my job as a corporate lawyer. I had worked so many years, almost a decade to get there, going to the best college I could get into, the best law school, and then going to the best law firm. And I really thought I had made it. I was making, as a 26-year-old, $250,000 a year. And to everyone else, that's it. Like, you've made it to the top of the corporate corporate world. But what I found is that it was very unfulfilling. I was using my 100-hour weeks to help the big corporates get richer. And I wasn't helping actual people, which is why I went to law school. And so when I quit, I decided to form a company called Plug in Law to make the legal things more accessible for small business owners. So people who want to form a company or people who want to have a trademark and can't necessarily afford a lawyer. And that whole mission for me, I realized that if I wanted to feel like I was doing a service to the world, I had to look at the world in terms of problem and solution. So for that company, Plug in Law, the problem is not everyone can afford legal solutions because lawyers are overcharging. So the solution was Plug in Law. I started another company called Creators Agency. I'm a co-founder there. This is a talent management company, and I realized the problem there is most creators are undercharging. The solution is equip them with the best people on their team to get them good, big brand deals. So we represent Graham Stephan, we represent Jake Tran, who's somewhere in the audience, and that was, again, a problem and solution. And so TikTok and Instagram, I decided to do the same thing. I decided to find problems that people are facing and create content to provide them with the solution. And this is what happened when I did that. In October, I had less than 2,000 followers on TikTok. By January, I had 7 million followers. On Instagram, I decided to be very efficient, so I didn't create any original content for Instagram. I simply took those TikTok videos and reposted them to Instagram, and same thing happened. Less than 10,000 followers in October. By February, I had 3 million. And it all comes down to this. What's needed for a video to get views? You need to provide value, right? So it's a combination for short form of watch time. How long are people watching your video? Can you get them to stay till the end? Can you get them to actually watch it again? And then how are they engaging with their video? Is your video providing so much value to them that they're commenting, that they're sharing it with their friends, that they're pressing like, that they're even following you? And it all comes down to value. And value can mean many different things, right? So I'm an educational content creator. I provide value through education. There are a lot of entertainment content creators that provide value through that. You know, you watch Mr. Beast's videos and you forget about your bad day because he's just so entertaining. But ultimately, that's what it is. We are content creators because we're here to provide value to our audience. And if you can provide value and figure out a way to provide value, you will get followers. And so how did I gain 10 million followers without stressing? Well, I found a 30-second repeatable formula that works. So all of my videos are around 30 seconds or less. And they all start off with a problem. The bigger the problem, the more mass market, the more people that are going to watch your video and resonate with it. So this example that we're going to go through is a Nike video. The problem is, hi, my shoe has a tear. Can I get a new pair? Right? A lot of people, do you have Nike products? Raise your hand if you've ever purchased anything from Nike. That's a lot of people, right? So a lot of people might have this issue. And you see the logo right, TikTok, you scroll like this, right? So you have really less than a second to grab their attention. So the first thing I want them to see is the logo. These are all problems. These are all universally recognizable logos, right? These are all problems. And I started off with the problem. American Airlines, everyone has had travel frustrations. That's the problem. Amazon, everyone has had a package delayed at Amazon. Apple, things happen there too. And so everything starts with a problem. And this wasn't rocket science. I literally went on Google and I said, what are the top most recognizable brands? Found the brands, and then I went to read the problems that people had with them, and I went to the terms and conditions to see if I could find any solutions for their problems. The next one is rejection. So if you've seen any of my videos, it's always two characters. It's because if I'm facing forward and telling you something educational, it's not that interesting. I'm not going to be able to grab your attention for more than 5 seconds. But if it's a conversation, if it's a two-way conversation, everyone's a bit nosy, right? Like they want to listen in on these conversations. And it also creates this us versus them. So character one is always Erika, it's the lawyer. Character two is the company, and it creates this us versus them dynamic, where Erika, the lawyer, is helping the audience, the company is against them, almost like a David and Goliath. So the company, right away, Nike says, sorry, your shoes got a tear, there's nothing we can do, sorry. And that's repeatable with every single video that I do. Step 3 is the promise. So this one comes in and I break the fourth wall where I'm actually, no longer is it the audience and me as the content creator, we're actually buddies. So here I let you in on a little secret. I say, she has no idea, no, watch this. Ow, my voice hurts from doing that too many times. But I let them in on a little secret, right? I say, keep watching, you're gonna find a solution to your problem. And that breaks the fourth wall and creates that bond between me and the audience. We're just little friends and I'm letting them in on a secret. And also what happens from this is if you watch YouTube, if you watch long form content, you'll notice that during YouTube, during the middle, most content creators will remind you why you need to stay to the end. Watch this video until the end to see this, right? This is the same thing it accomplishes for short form content. I break up the back and forth to give them a little reminder of why they're still watching. If they watch till the end, they're going to get the result that they want. They're going to get the solution. And luckily for me, this was a memeable thing. And there were hundreds of content creators who decided to give their own spin on the whispering. But that wasn't under my control, so that's not really in the formula. It was just a fun after fact. Number 4 is the solution. So here is the meat of it, right? What is the solution that you're providing to them? For me in this video, it's the Nike terms and conditions. And I realized that most people don't actually like to go read these terms and conditions. And luckily for them, I really enjoy it. Ever since law school, I've been annoying like that. Like I will go spend hours just reading terms and conditions to see what I can find. Like if I get a new credit card, there's a 40-page booklet about all the benefits your credit card has. I'm the one reading that. And so what I do is I break these terms and conditions down into like 1 or 2 easy, actionable sentences. That's the solution. And then next is the outcome. So how does the company react? For the solution here, the solution is actually that all products that you buy from Nike come with a 2-year warranty. So even if it's past the return date, if there's a tear in your shoe within 2 years from the manufacture date, they're going to replace it, or if they don't have a replacement, they'll give you a gift card for the same value. So what's the outcome? What does the company say? The company says, we don't carry that one anymore, but here's your gift card. So that's full circle, right? That's the solution, the outcome, and everyone's happy. And I thought this was at the end of the formula, but what I realized, my second video on TikTok, it got over 1 million views, but I really didn't see a huge jump in followers. What I realized is that I was missing one critical thing. And I'm gonna give you a hint. Let's see if anyone can guess it. It starts with this. The company says, oh, fine, who taught you this? Perfect. So I was missing the call to action, right? The call to action is, it has to be memorable and it has to remind them what you want them to do. Again, going back to Mr. Beast, this is why, even though he's a massive creator, he still on his YouTube videos says, don't forget to subscribe. It's because people won't take action unless you remind them. So I had a memorable call to action. It always starts with a company saying, who taught you this? And then I say, Erika did. She's a lawyer and reads the fine print, so I don't have to. That's why I follow her. And that is the call to action to get them to actually hit that follow button. And that is how I gained 10 million followers in 4 months.
Subscribe for more sessions of NAS Summit from around the world.